But inside hospitals, the battle's still raging. Doctors taking us inside an ICU as they race to save lives.
What happened just now is an absolute emergency. It's a life or death situation.
New York State dealing with the highest one-day death toll yet, while hard-hit Michigan faces a staff shortage at the state's largest hospital system. Detroit's mayor imploring people to stay at home.
We're at a very dangerous time if we don't stick with what we're doing.
White House Task Force Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx joins us this morning with the very latest.
Breaking this morning, an exclusive ABC News investigation. American military medical investigators sounded the alarm about coronavirus back in November. So why didn't the White House ramp up efforts to combat COVID-19 more quickly?
Rapid tests roll out. Results ready in just 5 minutes. The game-changing technology now shipping out across the country. Who can get them and who can't? And just how accurate are they?
Thank you. Road to recovery. Survivors speak out after beating COVID-19. A Texas woman heads home after being on a ventilator for 10 days.
I'm a survivor.
The grandmother who moved out of the ICU. And the father of 3 home after nearly a month in the hospital. The lessons from those who beat the virus.
And the TV doctor saying thank you to the real healthcare heroes from shows like House, Scrubs, and Grey's Anatomy.
I want to thank all the doctors and the nurses.
How the stars are showing their gratitude this morning.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. It's great to be with you on this Wednesday morning, and it's also great to have George and Robin joining us from their homes. Good morning, Sunshine. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning to you, Michael. And it is wonderful to start with a glimmer of hope from where the pandemic began. After 76 days of lockdown, Wuhan, China is open again. The city has only reported 3 new confirmed cases in the past 21 days. The people counted down like it was New Year's Eve. I don't blame them. Midnight light show, skyscrapers lit up with the words, "Hello, Wuhan." Air, train, and bus service into and out of the area is back now. We should say some restrictions do remain, but George, this is definitely progress that we want to see.
It is so good to see that progress, Robin. And it comes as the worldwide death toll has risen now above 80,000 people, 82,000 people, but more than 300,000 have recovered from their battle with coronavirus. Important to keep an eye on that as well. On the economic front, the Treasury Department is asking Congress for an additional $250 billion for small business loans. The initial $350 billion from the stimulus package is nearly gone already. There is so much need out there.
I know, already gone. We're going to speak with Dr. Deborah Birx. I know you're going to do that, George, a member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, in just a moment. But we're going to continue our coverage with Tom Yamas at St. John the Divine, an iconic church now being turned into a field hospital. Good morning, Tom.
Robin, good morning to you. For weeks, we've told you how the hospitals here in New York City need help, and now a new lifeline. As you mentioned, St. John the Divine, the largest Gothic cathedral in the United States. That truck just behind me loading in supplies, tents, and beds. And to think that medical patients are going to be treated inside of a church during Holy Week, that is far from normal, but now it's necessary.
This morning, growing evidence the outbreak may be slowing, but go inside hospitals and you'll see painful reminders the coronavirus still has a grip on America.
Around 6 o'clock, 3 people died, one after each other.
That reality playing out at Maimonides Hospital in Brooklyn. Doctors taking us inside one of their ICUs.
Dr. Pascal, they need you over here, please.
Okay, come, let's go.
Dr. William Pascal alerted a patient is having extreme breathing problems. Her oxygen and blood pressure dropping.
Do you need more to
The doctors and nurses work together to flip the patient over. It's a maneuver called proning. They tell us it helps the oxygen flow, and that move ultimately saved the patient's life.
What happened just now is an absolute emergency. It's a life or death situation. Unfortunately, that's what we're seeing with a lot of our patients here.
In New York, the rate of hospitalizations is dropping, but the state also dealing with its highest one-day total in fatalities.
That's 731 people who we lost. Behind every one of those numbers is an individual, is a family, is a mother, is a father, is a sister, is a brother.
Michigan also facing a prolonged battle with the coronavirus. The state's largest hospital system, Beaumont Health, facing staff shortages. 1,500 workers, including 500 nurses, off the job because of coronavirus symptoms. In Detroit, the mayor imploring people to stay home. Social distancing could be working.
We are at a time where I think we may be bending the curve, but we're at a very dangerous time if we don't stick with what we're doing.
And this morning, we're also hearing the powerful stories from those on the front lines. In New Jersey, Nurse Vicky Hilario going beyond the call of duty, working 12-hour shifts, then volunteering to conduct COVID-19 testing.
It's all about being selfless and being able to think about other people beyond your understanding. It's just you love to serve others.
As the fight against COVID rages on, America in some areas struggling with so many abrupt changes. In Wisconsin, long lines of people wearing masks, not looking for care, looking to vote. State leaders in the courts unable to compromise on how to change the election date. Voters defying stay-at-home orders. And long lines also in South Florida. People lined up to pick up forms to apply for unemployment benefits. A lot of masks, but not a lot of distance.
We had a glut of people show up way too early. We've given out hundreds and hundreds of applications, but now we're printing up hundreds and hundreds more because we just have more demand.
And those images of those long lines, you just heard it right there, more signs of how so many are struggling financially right now. We also want to mention this morning there was a family down in New Orleans that lost 4 members, the Franklin family. Officials now telling us all 4 of them tested positive for the coronavirus. Michael.
All right, Tom, there's some tough news to hear, but thank you very much for that. Now to that breaking news, an exclusive ABC News investigation out this morning reports that the National Center for Medical Intelligence warned the military and the White House late last year about the spread of coronavirus in China. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega joined us now with the details. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, Michael, good morning to you. So it was just yesterday that President Trump said no one had even heard of the virus 2 months ago, but we are now learning that as far back as late November, American military medical investigators overseas sounded the alarm to officials right here at home about a contagion that was sweeping through Wuhan. Those concerns that the virus could be devastating were detailed in a report, and multiple sources have described that report to our team. Now, it's not just that. There were repeated briefings for policymakers across the federal government through December, and by early January, the warnings made it into the president's daily briefing. But it wasn't until late January that President Trump made his first public comments about this virus, saying that he wasn't at all worried about it and that he had it totally under control. Of course, this is now raising serious questions about whether the administration could have ramped up the response efforts before it actually did. Michael, so far, no comment from the Pentagon or officials at the White House.
Well, we know you're going to stay on them today, Cecilia, but we also heard the president, in the middle of this pandemic, he threatened to cut off funding to the World Health Organization. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, he did. You're right, Michael. And it's because he says he's angry with the group, saying that they've been too China-centric during this outbreak. And he said point blank, we're going to put a very powerful hold on the money given to them. But then just a few minutes later, he seemed to backtrack, saying that he's now strongly considering it, Michael. But if this does happen, it would be huge. The U.S. is the largest single contributor to the WHO. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, Michael.
And not long ago, he was praising the WHO. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Going to go to George now. George.
Thank you, Michael. We're joined now by Dr. Deborah Birx from the White House Coronavirus Task Force. Dr. Birx, thank you for joining us this morning. We just had that report right there that the National Committee on Medical Intelligence first compiled evidence of a cataclysmic coronavirus event in China back in November. They briefed it to the military. They briefed it to the White House. So why wasn't more action taken more quickly?
Well, I have to say, I wasn't here during any of those events. I was working in sub-Saharan Africa on HIV/AIDS, so I don't really know the situational awareness around that report.
Okay, well, we'll follow up with the White House later. Let me ask you, though, about this potential threat from the president to cut off funding from for the World Health Organization. Does that make sense at this moment?
You know, in the history of the United States and the World Health Organization, we have had times when we've done really in-depth analysis of what has happened. When the president said he was holding funds, he didn't say he was restricting and keeping funds permanently away, but instead said, let's investigate what happened. Let's see what happened in our reporting. We've done that before with previous outbreaks and previous issues that have occurred at WHO.
So there will not be a suspension of funding at this point?
So, I mean, we give our contribution annually. The United States is the largest contributor. We always have been, just as we are the largest contributor to a lot of different multilateral organizations. I think that the president wants to complete an investigation of what happened during this current outbreak. Believe me, they already have their continuation funds from last year. So this is a year-by-year commitment to the WHO. This is our required commitment. There's also voluntary commitments that we've made to the WHO through history, including over the last couple of years for HIV, malaria, TB, so a whole series of diseases.
Let's talk about the spread of the virus right now. What are the most encouraging signs you're seeing right now, and which hotspots give you the most concern?
So we track on a county by county as well as hotspot metro area. We want to make sure we also don't miss any rural areas. So we were tracking for small outbreaks in rural areas, and the health commissioners and the local governments have handled those superbly, and we're very confident that those were single outbreaks. And then we're tracking the large metro areas. You know, we look at daily case reporting, but I think it's really important that we look at those not only as single days, but a combination of days, and really look for trends. We also look at our testing data to see whether the number of test positives have started to decrease, because we're doing a large amount of testing now. So we integrate all of that data. We are concerned about the metro area of Washington and Baltimore, and we're concerned right now about the Philadelphia area. All of our previous areas seem to be steady, at least. And then certainly we're looking very carefully at California and Washington to really understand how they've been able, as a community of Americans, to mitigate so well.
Given what we're learning about all that, is it realistic to think that the guidelines could actually be relaxed by May 1st, or is it going to go on far longer than that?
So we're doing a series of clear investigations of what happened in Washington and LA, and what does that mean, and how you keep the number of cases down. We're also looking very carefully at rolling out and hopefully having soon, within the next 10 or 14 days, an antibody test, so we can really tell how many Americans were asymptomatic and infected. This makes a very big difference in really understanding who can go back to work and how they can go back to work. And so all of those pieces need to come together over the next couple of weeks.
And finally, we all learned that your infant granddaughter was suffering from a high fever over the weekend, yet you weren't able to go see her. How's she doing now?
Oh, thank you very much. Fortunately, she got the rash of roseola yesterday, which was very reassuring. When you make diagnosis essentially by telemedicine at distance, and it's your own granddaughter, you are very nervous, particularly with the high fever associated with COVID-19. I knew she hadn't been out of the house, and that whole house has been quarantined, but still, you worry terribly, so thank you.
That is a great relief. Dr. Birx, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
So, Robin, that is some good news right there. And today we are going to be following up on that investigative report. It's simply stunning that medical intelligence had reports of corona in China back in November, yet nothing was done for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Many were taken aback hearing about that, George. Thank you. And George, as you know, this morning we also have some incredibly tough news to share with everyone. It's a very sad day for our GMA family. We know coronavirus has affected so many of you, and it has claimed one of our family members too. Our talented studio camera operator, Tony Greer, has passed away from complications due to the coronavirus. He was such a bright light working in our studio for more than 6 years, and you could just feel Tony's beautiful spirit. You could feel it from a mile away. We love Tony. And there's so many things that he loved. He loved his family, his beloved mother, Fanny, his sister, Janet, his brother, Kevin. He loved taking his nieces, nephews, any relative who came to visit him. He'd take them out and show them the city. He loved his longtime girlfriend, Robin. We're thinking of her. She lives in his hometown of Chicago. They loved traveling the world together. They traveled extensively. And Tony loved his music, playing guitar in his band, picking up gigs around the city. He played a mean guitar. He was a cool dude. And he loved GMA. He loved meeting all the people who would walk through our studio doors, actors, singers, stars. Tony got to see them all, and he took pictures, as you can see, with many of them, and they were gracious to take a picture with him. We loved every single moment we were blessed to spend and share with Tony. Our condolences to his family in Chicago, his mother Fanny. We've got to say this to you, ma'am. Your son was a good man. He was kind, he was thoughtful, he was always a gentleman. And George, you know, as a parent, you can't ask for much more than that.
You cannot, Robin. And boy, you said it right there. You know, Tony and I shared the early shift in the breakfast room, and he was a consummate gentleman and just such a lovely man, such a lovely spirit. And Michael, as you know, also just a total pro.
A total pro, and somebody was there, George, that you see every day, and always a good morning, always a smile. You saw him in the early shift in the breakfast room. I guess he was going back for seconds because I would see him a little bit later there as well. But just, he will be missed here in our studio, and our thoughts and prayers are with Tony's family and to our GMA family as well. Thank you guys for that. And let's go to Ginger at home. Hey, Ginger.
Oh, this is a very difficult morning. Michael, thank you so much. I have to say, it's funny, I didn't know what you guys were going to say, but Tony was such a part of my morning routine, not just from the pantry where we get our food, but I almost would time my morning by seeing his smile, and that is going to be so missed, but I can't imagine the feeling for his family and so many people that have been touched by this virus. So I just want to say we love you, Tony, and your family. And now we have to, of course, start with a little weather news because there's some serious weather that's been happening and will happen again today. Can I get you right into the pictures? Just west of Pittsburgh, this is New Kensington, Pennsylvania, a church wrecked by 75-mile-per-hour winds. Those damaging winds were just one element of the severe storms. We were talking about the potential for large hail yesterday. Check that out. That verified. Goodness gracious. That was Cedarburg, Wisconsin, where up to 3-inch hail was found. Golf ball-sized hail in parts of Illinois. That was Winnebago outside Chicago. And then more on that Wisconsin, that hail falling from there to Toledo. That storm moves through the mid-Atlantic this morning and a new front moves through. So you've got southern Illinois, southeast Missouri, even northern Mississippi and Alabama, all included in the enhanced risk. But I want you to see that yellow area that's outside of it. You still have a shot at seeing those damaging winds, isolated tornadoes, and definitely large hail again today. By the way, behind this, we are talking serious cold as we get into this weekend, even Philly dropping into the 30s. Let's get to the stormy cities now, brought to you by Allstate.
Allstate's been helping customers overcome catastrophes for 89 years. We move quickly and put people first. As the coronavirus is keeping many Americans at home, we're driving less and having fewer accidents. So we created the Shelter-in-Place Payback to give our auto insurance customers more than $600 million to help them in these challenging times. If you're an Allstate customer, go to the Allstate app or allstate.com.
This is what it means to be in good hands.
Well, this Wednesday is going to be very warm as we near 80 degrees. I know we had some thunderstorms overnight. Those are out of here. For the most part, today will be dry. I can't rule out a highly isolated thunderstorm this afternoon, but the bigger weather story will be the sunny, warm breezes. Wind gusts up to about 25 miles an hour at times this afternoon. But tomorrow is going to be very windy. We could have wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. We'll be tracking a few scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning, and then windy and much cooler heading into your Friday.
But who can get it and who can't? Also this morning, the patients who battled the virus and won, what we are learning from them as well. In a grocery delivery reality check, how long are the waits and what can you do to find some of those hard to get items? We're going to let you know when we come back with more GMA.
It's starting to happen every day. People are surprising themselves the moment they realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific